Good evening once again, Jives Coffee Lounge, and good evening to anybody that's watching online right now on Facebook via the Jives Coffee Lounge page or on YouTube via Outlaw Poet Releasing, which is my channel. I'm North Star, the MC for the Open Mic, and the producer of our feature segment, which we're doing right now, the Front Range Groove. Now, once again, I know those of you who've been in the house, you might have heard me say it a few times. I know some other people have walked in, so I'm going to go through this real quick. I do this live stream on the last Wednesday of each month. I started doing live streaming many years ago when I was still running shows back in North Carolina, and it was just a great way to get some local artists, some local singer-songwriters and local poet writers out there, broadcast out to the world. I started off with a show called Local Music Showcase, then I produced Job Expressions Live, Hope Mills Unplugged Live, did a couple Southeastern Regional North Carolina Poetry Festival live streams, a few things like that before I got into filmmaking and all that other craziness right there. But I still like to do these live streams because there are some fantastic performers across the country and across the world that many people wouldn't get to hear otherwise. So what I do is when I have an act that's got at least, for poets, at least 20 minutes of original material. For musical acts, at least 40 minutes of original material. And I've heard them about 4 or 5 times, and it sounds good, and I think people are going to love it. I ask them to get up here. Now, that's just what I said, 40 to 45 minutes for our music acts, which is what you're going to be getting tonight. And 20 minutes where I'll book 2 acts, like I will be next month, you're going to see. And then afterwards, I do a brief Q&A with the artist, simply because I grew up watching Storytellers and Unplugged and shows like that on VH1 and MTV. I like listening room environments. I like people to get to know the artist. So I do a brief Q&A. For those of you watching online, you will see tonight's feature, Tyler Griffith. You'll see I'll be running his Instagram handle across the screen periodically. Please make sure you pay attention to that. Give him a follow. Check out his music. He's got another channel up there I'm sure he'll probably talk about, another account on Instagram, where he just kind of shares his thoughts and talks, a little philosophy type stuff. But he's a wonderful guy, wonderful person to listen to, and I was so happy when he talked to me about doing this because I knew it wasn't a question of if, from my perspective, it was a matter of when. It was a matter of when he was going to get up here. Now, those of you who are watching online, if you look down in the description on Facebook or YouTube, you'll see some of our upcoming bookings through the end of 2022. We are booked actually through the end of the spring in 2023. I'll talk about who some of those bookings are after we finish Tyler's set. But I want to go ahead and get him started. We're going to get him rocking and rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you here in the house, those of you watching online, please put your hands together. Give us some more Michaels. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Tyler Griffith.
Thank you. Appreciate it. This is on?
It's on.
All right.
Just go ahead and get started. I'm going to do a quick check out there while you're getting going.
All right, sounds good. All right, thank you for having me. So I started coming here about, it was during COVID. So Meredith here, she's a life coach if you guys want to work with her, but I was kind of stuck in my life, not happy with a lot of things. I left a religion. It was kind of my whole existence was this religion. And so I decided to leave that, left a marriage. My son here, he had leukemia. Everything hit like all at once. And I always had dreams of picking up a guitar. I had a guitar, but I kind of hid it in my closet, and I never played it. And so COVID hit, and I had time at my house. So I had figured I'll just start playing. I started learning some covers, and these guys, so I started to come here, and Poet, North Star here, this guy's awesome. So we used to play in the park, because we couldn't use microphones, because the germs and the COVID was killing everybody. And so we just went over here and we just played as loud as we could in the park, and I was so nervous that I could hardly get the words out. And so I practice, and the reason I do this is because I look for things I'm scared of, and then I try to conquer those things. Singing in front of people is like the scariest thing I could possibly imagine 2 years ago. And so the fact that I'm up here performing for almost an hour is like my legs are shaking, and so bear with me, but I wrote, all these are originals. This first one I actually wrote about my girlfriend. She has a plant. His name is Shammy. It's a him, she. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. But this song is about Shammy. Is it on? Is it plugged in? such an interesting thing. We all crave light and we all crave rain. Keep me happy and I'll make you flowers. Treat me poor, you're gonna clean up for hours. I live so far from where I belong. I'm kept locked up from all I've known. It's just me and you, so love me soft and tender. 'Cause you won't see my petals if you're just a pretender. I am so small. Water me down and watch me grow. Keep that sunshine beating down. There's no way you'll ever be let down. When you're feeling down, my leaves will fall. I don't like the winter time, no, not at all. My life would be much happier if you felt better. Springtime come, feel so smooth like butter. I am so small. Water me down and watch me grow. Keep that sunshine beating down. There's no way you'll ever be let down. Living my life the only way I know how. Step in dirt, don't ever run out. My roots run deep and gather all the nutrition. So please, oh please, quit from all your watching. I am so freaking smart. Water me down and watch me grow. Keep that sunshine beating down. There's no way you'll ever be let down. What's that? Alright, so yeah, that one's for Shammy. Also, thank you for everybody for coming out. Like Jared, thank you, Nate, everybody watching, Meredith. These are my kids. You'll see these guys perform with me sometimes. He gets up and does some Justin Bieber. He does some Justin Bieber. She plays the ukulele and the cello. So I'll bring these guys around too, and we'll perform. I'm gonna get Nate up here sometime. He's gonna perform as well. But this next song, so me and my brother, he's really into music. He's actually in Nashville, so he's kind of pursuing the country music lifestyle. And so he came out, we were kind of messing around, and so we kind of wrote this song together. It's not all the way finished, but it's called Brother. So. Brother, we got some history. Our feet still ain't wet. We've been sitting in the sand for days, and the surf hasn't reached us yet. Brother, we got some history, and the worst is yet to come. We keep putting off till tomorrow all the things we could have done. Life was supposed to be different, like we talked about as kids. But we got lost along the way. Man, it is what it is. Half your life's been spent for others, doing what you're told. Dreams are meant to happen, bury that deep down in your soul. Life is what you make it, but some people think they know the way to find your happiness, but sometimes it takes your soul. Life was supposed to be different, like we talked about as kids, but we got lost along the way. Man, it is what it is. I said life was supposed to be different, like we talked about as kids, but we got lost along the way. Man, it is what it is. All right. A lot of these two, so the first one I actually have on Spotify, Apple, so it's just under Tyler Griffith, and you can look up some of my music. This next one, So you guys are going to learn a lot about me because all my songs I write about like my life, my feelings. This is kind of where it's my journal. This is where I channel my emotions. I put it into my song. So my son, when he got diagnosed with cancer, obviously there's no words. Like you were there. It was really crazy, and you're trying to work and get everything done that you need to. You're supposed to work, and you're supposed to keep your head above water, but I mean, it's really difficult and hard to explain. But I wrote this one for cancer survivors, so this one's kind of about my son, and it's from their perspective. And so I talked to a couple other people that went through this, but this one's it's called Rise Up. It starts really depressing, but it gets happier, so don't worry. Hurt that will not go away. Just gotta make another day. Every night I lay in bed, hoping I won't take my last breath. Doctor search, we begin to pray. Please don't take my life away. Thoughts run wild, my heart begins to say, your life, no doubt, will change today. Emotions run wild, can't accept what I see. This happens to others, won't happen to me. How do I possibly make sense of this? 1 minute you're fine, and the next you're a mess. All that I've heard I may very soon see. Is heaven actually waiting for me? Peace fills my soul, I accept what's to come. Into your hands, your will can be done. Emotions run wild, can't accept what I see. This happens to others, won't happen to me. How do I possibly make sense of this? 1 minute you're fine, the next you're a mess. This is where it gets happy, don't worry, I told you. See, you can hear it, you can hear the happy chorus. Now it's time to rise up, stand to your feet. Everyone's looking, they're looking at me. Will this break me, tear me apart? We all choose our path. We all choose our path, and this is my start. So rise up, see what I see. Let the world in, take a small peek. Rise up, see what I see. This isn't the end, just a new beginning. Emotions ran wild, couldn't accept what I see. This has happened to others, now it's happening to me. Never thought I could make sense out of this. So small to this world, now I'm filled with purpose. So small to this world, now I'm filled with purpose. So small to this world, now I'm filled with purpose. All right. I can't get through that one, so that's fun. But yeah, that's a tough time. So that happened, and then, like I said, I kind of left my religion, but also it kind of ended. I got disfellowshipped is what it's called in my religion. And so I wrote a song called Disfellowshipped, And so this one's is a little undertone of anger in this one. So just enjoy it. It'll be fun. Right? So. How could you not speak to me? I sat waiting patiently, so much pain and fear inside. How were you not by my side? I have never asked of you, be your faithful servant through and through. Got knocked down but came right back. How pathetic to live like that. I stand waiting all alone, wondering, hoping to find my home. You cannot see me, I feel so small. How to make my presence known? I had never asked of you, been your faithful servant through and through. Got knocked down but came right back. How pathetic to live like that. I came to ask you for your help, said and told you things that felt way outside what you should hear. Thought somehow it would make things clear. Decisions made to silence me, take my freedoms and my key. No more authority to act on high. Guess it's time for me to say goodbye. All right, thank you. All right, now we move on to some happier music. Oh, nope, this is a little bit sad. This one's kind of sad also. This one, so this one's about, I wrote this one recently, but this was like, I was doing good, life was good, but I was looking around and I saw a lot of pain. Like I said, it was during COVID, a lot of people were scared. And so it seems like a lot of people hurt. And so I wrote this song looking at others, and it was kind of from like my perspective, but from their perspective. So it probably will like resonate with you guys, because we've all been hurt at some point. This one's called Used to Be Me. This one's on my Spotify and Apple also. If you know it, sing along. So if you love this song. I cannot see you looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. I cannot see you looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. Used to be me, inflicting so much pain. Used to be me, wishing I'd find my escape. People I'd hurt, tears in the dirt, bottle to ease it away. Lying in bed, scars in my head, please make it all go away. I cannot see you looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. I cannot see you looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. Used to be me, riding this wild hurricane. Used to be me, winds that could blow you away. Hanging my head down but not dead, fighting to live day to day. Rise to my feet, I accept no defeat. Give me the strength, now I pray. I cannot see you, looking my way, see you in so much pain. I cannot see you, looking my way, see you in so much pain. I cannot see you, looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. I cannot see you, looking my way, seeing you in so much pain. All right. All right, now it gets happy. Now it's happy. Now this is Tyler when he's happy. Here we go. This guy's happy about it. All right. This one's called The Long Road Down. It's basically like at this point I'm looking at life and I'm like, there's a lot. You have to go through a lot to get to where you want to be. And I feel like a lot of times, I'm reading this book right now and it's called The Power of One More. And it's basically just don't give up, give it one more shot. If you have dreams, like I see people that are so close and then they stop and give up. So this one's called The Long Road Down. It's a long road down, and I'm scared right now. Well, you gotta keep it moving to care where you're going to live somehow. 'Cause it's a long road down, but you can win somehow. There he was, standing all alone, wondering what to call home. So much lying on the road ahead, gotta pick it up or you wander dead. No point blaming everything on them, they're just doing the best they can. The whole wide world's in such a mess, but we got each other and that's the best. 'Cause it's a long road down. I know you're scared right now. Well, you gotta keep it moving to get where you're going to live somehow. I know it's a long road down. You're gonna win somehow. You got so much riding on you, man, I see. You can pull it together and start to be free. The chains that held you, they got to go. Hearing your story from the radio. 'Cause it's a long road down, don't you know? But you gotta keep moving, oh. Down, 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 my friend. Keep on moving till the end. I know it's a long road down. I know you're scared right now. But if you just keep moving, you'll get where you're going. Live somehow. 'Cause it's a long road down. You're gonna win right now. What's up, man? How are you? All right. Where is he at? How much time do I got? I still got time. All right, cool. All right, so this next one, this is the first one I wrote. So this one's called Make Believe. And this is when I was working with you, Meredith. Remember? I showed you this song, and we kind of worked through it, but I just feel like a lot of times in life, like I was just saying, we have to keep ourselves going, and a lot of times there's not a lot of people like cheering us on and supporting us. And if you find like one more person that believes in you, like just me, I got Aaron here. Here we go, Aaron. I got all these friends here, and it's cool when you just put yourself out there. Slowly you get support, and you just keep moving. I could have given up after one song, but this one's just about how you put doubt in your own head. You make things up, and sometimes you just get lost in your own head. So this one's called Make Believe. coasting along, looking around, searching for truth, nowhere to be found. Inner voice calls so deep to follow your dreams, where the whole world sleeps. And it's a lonely world till you wake up and find the loneliness comes from inside. Now the world is yours, now that you're awake and see that the fears you had will only make believe. Catching my breath, making time still, focused on love while others get ill. Destination unsure, but the fear subsides. Destiny calls, are you the one that thrives? 'Cause it's a lonely world till you wake up and find the loneliness comes from inside. Now the world is yours, now that you're awake and see that the fears you had will only make believe. Look over the past, embrace what is now. Use your mistakes, make it happen somehow. 'Cause it's a lonely world till you wake up and find the loneliness comes from inside. Now the world is yours, now that you're awake and see that the fears you had will only make believe. Yeah, make believe. Some water. All right. This next one is about my girlfriend, Kelsey. So we've been dating for about a year now. And she actually, I had to go find her in Jackson Hole, Wyoming at a bar. And then I transplanted her here to Colorado Springs. So if you're looking for a girlfriend, you just go find one in a different state and bring them here. It's really easy. But this is a story about how we met. And it's called Kelsey's Song. Super, super creative. All right, here we go. I wasn't looking for you. You were nowhere ready to be pursued. The moon was bright and the vibe was too. You looked my way, we caught eyes. Ordered a beer and to my surprise, Corona and lime was your drink too. Looks like the only thing to do. Camp under the stars, take a chance sit by the fire. Asked you to dance, cuddle all night. Let you and I live this vibe. You had the most gorgeous eyes. You kept me up most of the night. The air was cold, but you were hot, so we decided it was worth it to take a shot. So we camped under the stars, took a chance up by the fire. Asked you to dance, cuddle all night. Said goodbye, you took flight. Said goodbye, head to your car. Scratch my head, I want so much more. In town for one more night. Called you up, this just feels right. So we camped under the stars, took a chance sat by the fire. Walked to your car in the rain, this is just the beginning. Alright, that one's out too. You guys can download that one. Alright, I probably have like 15 minutes still? A little less? Sounds good. So this next one. So I told you you're going to learn about me. So with when he got diagnosed with cancer, I didn't know how to like channel it. I was going crazy, so I started to run. And like if you know me, I get like really into everything that I do. So like I go golfing with this guy. He tries to bet me, and I take all his money. Right? No, I'm just kidding. He beats me sometimes. But golf, like I got obsessed with golf. And I got to get like as good as I can. So running, I ran and got all the way up to like a ultra marathon, 100-mile race. Ran that in Miami last year. Kelsey crewed me, and my other buddy that's not here crewed me as well, my brother. But raised some money for this child with leukemia to kind of get back. And then I wrote a song about my running. So that's this one. Metamorphosis, glowing eyes, running to be free. A transformation, inner peace, learning what I could be. Outside the box, the wind picks up, I tremble in my sleep. Thoughts of childhood, things I've lost, I run to keep my peace. I run so far, I run so fast, lines blur in the street. I found a zone, the one I know, that delivers me from grief. Trails way up above, the sights I get to see. Sun comes up, sun comes down, beauty never sleeps. Release the bad, embrace the good, let the world in to see. Although broken and bruised, tired and used, my journey is complete. Into the forest I go, to lose my cares and find my soul. All right, you can download that one also. Start downloading. All right. I got 2 more songs, right? So it should be good. All right, cool. This next one, this is, if you know it, this is one you can sing along. The chorus is very easy, but who's Irish in here? You're Irish? Irish? Some Irish? All right, this one's called The Irish in Me. So I don't know where this one came from. This one just came out of like thin air. What should we do when we go out tonight? Drink beer from our pub and live all through the night. The evening is young and my dear, so are you. So let's dance and let's eat and let's be merry too. So we drink through the night and make love through the day. So we Irish, we love and this Irish love sure. When we're out and about, the world seems a wee tiny thing. I tell you, feck off what we do to her instead. It's an eye or a no when the ladies look twice. Came up to me home and we live like we're dying. So we drink through the night and make love through the day. So we Irish, we love and this Irish loves you. What do you see when you're looking at me? An Irish who lives so happy and free. What do you see when you're looking my way? An Irish who's thrown all his worries away. So we drink through the night, make love through the day. So we Irish, we love, this Irish loves you. We Irish, we love, this Irish loves you. All right. You can download that song on Spotify or Apple. Yeah, Tyler Griffith. Check me out. All right. Yeah. All right, this is the last one. This is a single I just put out. This is like my favorite song I've written, so I saved it for last because I knew there'd be this line of people that came to listen to me. You guys came for me, obviously. So, and this one's called Crash. So. Life is like a highway, you always go too fast. You don't slow down and look around, you might slip up and crash. If you crash, you're gonna see that no one's there for you. There's just a ball of flames and regret you can't undo. Life can be so wonderful, in fact sometimes it's great. Your head down low, nowhere to go, you just accept its fate. The dirt down on the bottom, that sticks between your toes. You feel the end nearing, this is how it goes. I hear what you say, maybe there's some truth, but all I hear is what I feel, baby, it ain't you. One foot in the other, the path becomes so clear. The pace that you are going, you hit another gear. Let go of the throttle, clutch onto the wheel. Smell those tires burning, now it's time to steer. I hear what you say, maybe there's some truth, but all I hear is what I feel, baby, it ain't you. Life can be so wonderful, that sometimes it's great. Your head down low, nowhere to go, you just accept its fate. The dirt down on the bottom, the sticks between your toes. You feel the end nearing, this is how it goes. Life is like a highway, you always go too fast. You don't slow down and look around, you might slip up and crash. Thank you. So I appreciate like everybody for coming out and supporting me. That was really, really nice, you guys. And for the Jives Coffee Lounge, for you guys putting this on, this is an amazing venue here. And for you, Poet North Star, thank you. I appreciate it, man. So now what? Questions?
All right, let's give it up one more time for Tyler Griffith, everybody. All right. Now for my favorite part of a live stream evening like this. First of all, for those of you just popping in or those of you just joining us online via Facebook Live or YouTube Live, I'm North Star. This is the Front Range Groove, our feature segment of the Overpaired Open Mic. We do this on the last Wednesday of every month, give one act a chance to really spotlight their creativity as a singer-songwriter, as a poet-writer, with their original material, broadcast live. And because I like people getting to know the artist, we do a little Q&A with it as well. Now, if you guys stick around, the broadcast is almost done. If you guys stick around, I will be talking more about how you can contact me about booking, how the open mic runs, stuff like that. In the meantime, just know you can hit me up at Poet North Star. And if you are here in Colorado Springs, come on down to Jives Coffee Lounge, 16 Colburn Court in Old Colorado City, because once the stream goes down, we still have 2 more hours of open mic. We still have 2 more hours of musicians, and I don't know, there might be 1 or 2 poets on the list coming up to share with us. But in the meantime, my favorite part of the evening, the Q&A. All right, so we just had Tyler Griffith up here, and Tyler talked a little bit about how we first met and how he first encountered the open mic. I guess where I want to start, I'm going to start boilerplate where I do with everybody. How did you really get started with writing your own music?
Okay. So I just did the incline the other day with Nate, and I was just talking about this. And I do, like I said, I try to do things I'm scared of. And so talking in front of people was the most terrifying thing to me in the whole world. So I downloaded this app called Day One, and so you can record your journal entries. So I started to record myself, and I'd listen to myself, and I was like, okay, like I seem to make sense. And so I started to put stuff out, and then I started to fill out like, okay, like maybe what I'm saying is resonating with people. And then I turned my journal into like basically like music, which is kind of like poetry. So you're rhyming words, but I just I did a lot of covers, and then the covers just transitioned slowly into my own songs. Okay. And so, but I'd pick a topic, like if I was going through something, I would have journal entries. I'd go through those journal entries, and then I just make it into a song. And so at first it was pretty clunky, and they didn't seem to work out very well, but that's kind of how I got started.
I only laugh because I know that feeling all too well with my poetry. Yeah, right? I know that all too well. I actually started off writing song lyrics. Okay. Yeah, and then I kind of got into beat poetry and adapted my writing from there. So you play guitar. Mm-hmm. Do you play any other instruments?
No, so I played piano when I was a kid, mm-hmm. and so I learned, it was like probably 3 or 4 years of piano, but I just gave up on music. Like I had the guitar, but I didn't really play. So the cool thing is I didn't start playing guitar until like 3 years ago. Oh. Yeah, so I just barely started this like path. So just guitar, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm going to circle back around to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But before we get there, I'd like to talk about your influences. For those of you that follow me on social media at Poet North Star, you probably saw last night, I think it was last night, I posted up a thing, one of those little gifts, and it had cassettes sitting there. It had Pearl Jam's 10, it had Master of Puppets from Metallica, it had all these right there, and said they all came out with the same 11 days in 1991, which that's when I was 11 years old. It's when I first started writing and stuff like that. And I was talking about my influence. For me, one of my initial influences when I decided to pursue poetry was Pearl Jam's 10. That album just helped me get a lot out before I actually started refining and honing my craft, just expressing. What would you say are your earliest influences when it comes to your creation, your songwriting, your composing, stuff like that?
I really like people that write their own songs. And so probably the first person that was really inspiring to me was Johnny Cash, honestly. Like I listened to a lot of his music, and then I kind of got into like Tyler Childers and Zach Bryan. So I like country, but I like the guys that kind of put their heart and soul into their music, and you can tell it's their lyrics. Yeah. But I would say like the first person that I was just like kind of connecting with was honestly Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's no surprise there. Surprise there. So as you developed, I was popping in and out of the room. I did hear you touch on this a little bit, and I was glad you did because I wanted to kind of expand a little bit. As you develop, I'm sure that you've run into writer's block on some things, but you've also found inspiration in life around you, whether it's your kids, the trials and tribulations, other stuff like that. What else, if anything specifically, really kind of stirs you to write a song?
So I can tell if I'm stuck. If I can't write a song, it's because my life is boring. Like my life's boring, and I need to change something up, and I'm getting stagnant. And I honestly, like most of my songs start with like my 3 kids and my girlfriend, but I like to be adventurous, and so I like to go running. And so me and my buddy go out and climb mountains, and I just feel like if I get too stuck in a routine where it's just wake up, go to work, come home, like there's no creativity because I'm not living a life that brings any creativity. If I'm just online looking at other people doing Instagram and stuff, like then I just become a copycat, I feel like. Right. So I got to go live my experiences and then write about my experiences. So that's what I try to do is I try to do something that's cool that I would admire and then write a song about that. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. So, one of the things I found over my years on different stages is how many people are sitting in the audience, may never say a word, but they're curious about the processes because they're still trying to figure out their own processes. So if you could just briefly talk to me about your songwriting process. Are you one of those who tends to get the music first and then you wrap lyrics around it, or do you come up with a hook or a chorus and then start to compose music around the lyrics? How does that work for you?
So for me, so if you guys want to write music, it's pretty simple for me. So I pick a song that I like. It's usually my first song was a Johnny Cash song, and so I kind of liked his notes, and so I looked at his notes, and then I created my own sound and my own strum pattern, and so it's the notes and the strumming, and then from there I put the lyrics with it. Okay. And so, but I'll already, if I sit down to write a song, I'll have what I'm going to write my song about in my head. Mm-hmm. And so I'll have there's happy chords, there's sad chords, and so if I sit down and I want to process something that's heavy, there's kind of some you go to the A minor, the E minor, and you can kind of put some of your feelings into the more heartfelt, like my son with cancer and some of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But then the Irish in me, you go to a G, and honestly, to write music, if you know 3 notes, you could write 1,000 songs. A guitar, 3 notes, you could write you could write forever.
That's true. It actually surprised me when I learned, not just that, but greats like B.B. King. B.B. King didn't know chords.
I still don't know chords.
I mean, it's great. I'm a huge U2 fan, and the first time I watched Rattle and Hum, they're showing the cameras behind the scenes before the concert, and Bono and B.B. King are talking, and Bono's trying to communicate the chords to him, and B.B.'s like, I don't know chords. You got to get my band to do it, and Bono goes, it's okay. I don't know chords either. I get him Edge. Edge is the one that knows the chords, so we'll go talk to him.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
See, and that leads right into my next question. First of all, you've heard me say stuff like this before. I firmly believe that we are all mentors. If by virtue of nothing else, other than the fact that you never know who is watching and learning from your example. So keeping that in mind and thinking about what you've gone through, getting over the stage fright, getting over the nerves, embracing the music, embracing the crowd, do you have anything that you would like to share, whether it's the people sitting in this room or the folks watching us online, for those who are afraid to kind of, get up on stage and do their thing?
Yeah, so I look at it what is the worst case scenario? I sound bad, people kind of laugh in their seats, and then I move on with my life, and it's not that big of a deal. And so I feel like it was kind of I feel like something you say it almost, I think you say it every single week, but the nerves are energy, And I feel like when you said that, it kind of resonated with me, and I was like, I'm just going to take the nerves and just like push it out. Just push it out. So it usually takes me about a song to get over like the really nervous feeling. I never get over it. I'm always nervous. I'm sweating to death right now. But I feel like if you don't get up and just do it, nobody's going to make you do anything in your life. And so you have to get up. You have to save yourself. If you're not happy with where you're at, like, and you want to play guitar, you want to play piano, you want to run a marathon, like, you're the person that has to do it. And it's the running is the thing that taught me the most about my whole life, because it's a progression. The most important part is you put your shoes next to the door in your outfit, because then when you get up, it's right there. It's ready to go. With the guitar, you need to get it out of the case. You have to set it somewhere where you're going to play it, and you have to do that first little step, and then the rest just kind of unfolds from there.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, last question I have for you, and I'm going to let you go. Do you have any bookings coming up? Are you available for bookings? Are you working on an EP or a couple singles? Anything you want to let people know about?
Yeah, so I'll be releasing, so if you follow me on Instagram, it's just Tyler_James_Griffith, so I'll post if I have like new singles. So a lot of these songs I don't have out yet, so I'm going to put those out. And then I am playing, October 22nd, I'm playing somewhere. It's a 2-hour kind of covers, but looking for bookings. Like, I would love to play, and I don't charge like anything. This is for fun for me. Right. I would do this for free, and so if people have anything, like, I would love to be booked and just come play for fun, so yeah. Right. That's kind of where I'm at.
All
so
right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Griffith.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That was awesome.
For those of you watching online right now, we are about to end the stream, and we're going to go back to our regular open mic. So once again, if you are here in Colorado Springs, come on down to Old Colorado City, 16 Colburn Court to Jives Coffee Lounge. We will be here until 10 o'clock or until the list is complete. But I've got a full list tonight, so we'll probably be here until 10 o'clock. Come rock out with us. We got plenty of musicians. We may have 1 or 2 more poets. Then, of course, at the end of the night, I'll close this out with a little bit of poetry. And I might read The Exquisite Corpse that we just wrote together last week, blind collaboration poetry. If you're here in the house, I'll talk more about that a little bit later. In the meantime, for anybody that's interested in booking for our live stream, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream when I talked about it, I'm going to go ahead and mention it once again now. First thing you need to know is no covers on the live stream. Covers are cool for our regular open mic, but with live stream, I'm broadcasting the singer-songwriter, the poet-writer. I want original material. Now, for my musicians, for my musical acts, I tend to look for 40 minutes. For my poets, I will pair poets together and give them each 20 minutes in which to share. And, again, we do the Q&A with them again, just like that. But I typically want to see 4 or 5 performances out of you with your original material, then we will talk dates. Now, I am currently booked through the spring, all right, but just to give you guys an idea of what is coming up as we go into the end of this year and kick off 2023. First of all, we just had Tyler Griffith up here. Next month, we've got a poetry twofer, courtesy of Sam Blue and JennyRay. November 30th, Brendon Teegarden. December 28th, Niqqo da Vet. And then as we get into 2023, we kick off with Shay Dale, and we roll on through there. There's plenty of artists. If you look me up online at Poet North Star, you'll be able to find out our future bookings. Don't forget, check out jives.coffee.lounge. You can also drop in questions about that stuff right there. In the meantime, those of you watching online, I'm going to say goodnight. We're going to break down the stream, get back to our regular open mic. Those of you here in the house, just give me 2-3 minutes real quick, and we will get our next act rocking and rolling. For those of you online, have a good night. Everybody else, just give me a moment.